welcome to the Deep Dive. This is the place we break down really complex founder philosophies and research into strategies you can actually use.
And today, we're taking a huge shortcut. We're going straight into the mindset of, visionary founders and really smart investors.
Yeah, we're skipping all the 1% incremental stuff.
Yeah, totally. We're focusing on the big picture, how to get to that 10x disruption, find those ideas that nobody else agrees with, and then build an advantage that people just can't copy.
That's the mission. We've pulled from a whole stack of sources, everything from, classic Silicon Valley playbooks, think Peter Thiel, all the way to these really tough market analysis frameworks and modern scaling tactics. So you're going to walk away from this with a full toolkit for creating real, lasting value.
And the theme that really ties all of this together is pretty simple, actually. It's that success comes from deliberate planning. It's not luck. It's about being willing to move past what everyone else is thinking.
Okay, so let's unpack that, the core philosophy. Where do these breakthrough ideas even come from?
Well, the first thing our sources just throw out the window is this idea of a single aha moment.
It's a lightning bolt of inspiration.
Exactly. It's a myth. These game-changing concepts, they almost always come from persistence, from this intense personal curiosity, and most importantly, from solving a need the founder has actually felt themselves.
So it's not about luck.
Not at all. Thiel's model is really aggressive on this. He says success comes from deliberate planning, full stop. You can't think of yourself as like a lottery ticket.
Right.
You have to bet on what you can actually control. And that means having a real definitive plan for where your company is going.
Okay, but that brings up this really interesting point about risk. Because if an idea looks obviously good to everyone right now,
the value's already gone.
It's competed away instantly. The sources argue that the real opportunities, the real money, is in ideas that look bad to most people.
But we're brilliant. That is the definition of being right, but non-consensus. It's probably the most important concept we're going to talk about.
Because the crowd just follows the obvious stuff.
Yeah, and that leads to tiny margins and just brutal, bloody competition. A truly valuable business is built by doing something different, by creating a whole new market that you can, for a while at least, monopolize.
So if you're solving a problem nobody else is even looking at, you get a monopoly by default.
For a time, yes. Which is why you need a plan. The sources frame this so well. First, a bad plan is better than no plan.
Because standing still is death.
Exactly. But then the really critical part is, it is better to risk boldness than triviality.
And triviality is where 99% of businesses live.
Right. Making something 5% faster or 1% cheaper, that's where all the competition is. That's a road to just becoming a commodity.
So you shouldn't be trying to avoid mistakes. You should be trying to avoid being boring.
That's the whole reframe.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the philosophy is boldness, then you need some frameworks to actually execute. And the first one is probably the most famous, the 10x rule.
And this isn't just marketing speak. What does 10x mean in, a practical sense?
It means your solution has to be 10 times easier, or faster, or more productive. Just demonstrably 10 times better than whatever people are using now.
Why so much better?
Because if you're only 10% better, nobody's going to go through the hassle of switching. The friction is just too high. You haven't given them a big enough reason to change their habits.
And the classic example of this is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
It's the perfect case study. I mean, it's hard to even imagine now, but it was just an online bookstore.
So why was that 10x?
Well, think about it. Before Amazon, if you wanted some obscure academic book, you might have to drive to 3 different stores, or wait weeks for a special order.
A huge pain.
A huge pain. Amazon overnight give you a library of tens of millions of books, not tens of thousands, and you could find that one obscure title with a 2-second search. That was a 10x improvement on access, on searchability, on convenience. It was a fundamentally different experience.
It makes total sense. But a great product isn't everything. You have to talk about the timing question. Is now the right time for this?
Oh, this is so critical. The idea of false starts. So many brilliant ideas fail just because they were too early.
The market wasn't ready.
Or the tech wasn't ready, or the audience wasn't there yet. It wasn't bad execution, it was just bad timing.
Is there a good example of an idea that failed and then succeeded?
The Oculus Rift is a perfect one. I mean, people had been trying to make VR work for decades. It was always clunky, crazy expensive.
Right.
The first time Oculus tried to get funding, it just fizzled. The screens, the sensors, the processing power, it was all too slow, too expensive.
But then a few years later, later.
A few years later, all that component tech got way cheaper and way faster. They tried again on Kickstarter, and it just exploded.
Okay.
Led to a $2 billion sale to Meta. The only thing that changed was the timing.
So the secret isn't just what you build, but when you build it.
Precisely. And, for anyone listening who feels that pressure to invent something from nothing, there is another option: iteration.
Taking something that already works and improving it.
Yeah, taking a great idea and adding something really significant, a new feature, a different market, a new business model, that can be just as innovative.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy, we've got the 10x framework.
Yeah.
But how do we actually find that non-competitive market? How do we find the white space?
Right, so we're moving from the abstract idea to the concrete market. And the definition of white space is really specific here. It's not just an empty spot.
So what is a high-value white space then?
If you look at a high-stakes field like, say, pharmaceutical R&D, they have a really clear model. A true opportunity needs two things. First, a significant unmet need.
Okay.
And second, a visible path to durable, protected commercialization.
What does that mean, protected commercialization?
It means you can defend it. If you only have the unmet need, you're basically doing charity. But if you only have a way to make money but the need isn't that great, you're just in a crowded, low-margin business.
So you need both. You have to look at it through two lenses then: intellectual property, the IP, and the actual customer need.
And they have to be connected. The IP is all about durability. Let's say you find a huge need. Everyone needs this specific vitamin supplement, right? Great. That's a massive unmet need. But if you can't protect your formula or your brand or your process, if anyone can copy you tomorrow, then you haven't found a durable white space. It has to be hard for others to get in.
You see this in consumer goods all the time.
Yeah.
Companies find these tiny specific gaps and just dominate them.
Totally. Things like collagen-infused prebiotic sodas, or solid shampoo bars for travel.
Or even that strawberry-flavored keto-friendly whipped cream I saw.
Exactly. They're hitting a very specific need for a very specific group and building a brand moat around it.
And this is why that external objective analysis is so important, right? To fight our own internal biases.
It's the only way, because organizations are full of these traps. There's the sunk cost fallacy, for one.
Or you keep pouring money into a failing project just because you've already spent so much.
Right. Or there's champion bias, where one influential person inside the company pushes their pet project, even if the data says it's a bad idea.
You're just emotionally invested at that point.
Precisely. And if you fail because of those internal mistakes, the sources call that a type I error. Good competitive analysis, that truth-seeking culture, helps you avoid those very costly errors.
So to start that analysis, you need clear objectives. We've all heard the SMART acronym, but what does it mean here?
It's crucial. Your goals have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If they're not, your analysis will be vague and you won't be able to act on it, which is almost as bad.
All right, so once we have that brilliant idea in a well-defined white space, the next thing is protecting it, the economic moat.
This is where we shift from discovery to sustainability. And you have to think like Warren Buffett here, seeking that wide and long-lasting moat around a terrific economic castle.
And these moats come in a few different forms.
Yep. 5 main categories. You can be the low-cost producer, you can have a natural franchise, you can have superior service, a powerful brand in the consumer's mind, or a real technological advantage.
Wait, go back. What's a natural franchise? That sounds like more than just a brand.
Yeah, it's more structural. It's usually about some kind of regulatory or infrastructural advantage that's just incredibly hard to copy. Think about a utility company or a major operating system.
So there's a huge barrier to entry.
A massive one. It's often built on network effects or even regulatory capture. It makes direct competition almost impossible.
So building on that idea of durability, Peter Thiel has this concept of the secret question. You have to find a unique truth that everyone else has missed. How do you even start looking for a secret?
You start by questioning everything. You look where other people refuse to look. The sources say secrets are usually missed because of, lazy thinking or institutional rules or just confirmation bias. People only look for things that prove what they already believe.
A secret is a valuable truth that's just being ignored.
Exactly. And there are 2 kinds of secrets to look for. First, there are secrets of nature. These are, undiscovered parts of the physical world, a new scientific principle. Then there are secrets about people.
What does that mean?
It means things people don't know about themselves, or truths they are actively trying to hide. A great company is often built on one of those secrets, like the secret that people will happily give away huge amounts of personal data if if you give them enough utility in return.
But you can't find or build on that secret without the right people. This brings us to the people question.
And our sources are so clear on this. Recruiting is a core competency. You never, ever outsource it.
It's not just about finding talented people, though.
No, it's about finding talented people who are excited to work specifically with you on that specific mission. They have to believe in the secret you found. They're not just there for a paycheck.
The PayPal Mafia is the ultimate example of this, right? The team that went on to found SpaceX, Tesla, LinkedIn.
And if you look at how that team was structured, there were two key decisions. First, internally, every single person was responsible for one unique thing.
No overlap.
Which meant no internal competition. It allowed people to build real, functional relationships. And then externally, they acted like a unified tribe, almost like a cult in a way. They were fanatically right about something no one else saw.
Okay, let's pivot to execution. Getting to scale. The big question is always about customer lifetime value versus customer acquisition cost. CLV has to be greater than CAC.
Always. CLV is how much a customer is worth to you over their whole relationship with you. CAC is what it costs to get them in the door.
Right.
But today, that whole equation is tied up in what the sources call the attention arms race.
An arms race, fueled by pure volume. Everyone is using AI tools, mass clipping, synthetic content, all just to get known.
And if you're just sitting there narrowly focused on optimizing a landing page for a tiny audience, you are missing this huge wave of free advertising and discovery that's happening on content platforms. You have to go bigger.
I love the realtor example the sources use. A realtor who only focuses on selling to their 12 followers is thinking way too small.
Way too small. The advice is to focus on becoming more known across the entire industry, so that when anyone is finally ready to buy a house, you're the first person they think of. You build the brand equity first.
And to do that, you need volume.
Quantity breeds quality. Seriously, it's often the 50th or 100th or even 200th video that goes viral and puts you on the map. You're training the algorithm and your audience at the same time.
And in every single piece of content, the first thing that matters is the hook.
It's the only thing that matters at first. That pattern interrupt, that spark of curiosity in the first 3 seconds, that's the whole game.
And one last crucial detail on audience. You have to have subsets.
Yes, this is so important. Confused people don't buy anything. If your message is for everyone, it's really for no one. You have to segment your message for different groups so it feels relevant and clear to them.
Let's wrap up by bringing this back to the future, to the man-machine theme. There's all this fear about strong AI.
And the sources say, look, that indefinite fear about what AI might do someday shouldn't stop you from making definite, ambitious plans today.
Because the future isn't replacement, it's partnership.
It's a strategic partnership. AI is incredible at the what. It can process huge amounts of data, find patterns, optimize things at a scale no human can.
But it can't do the so what.
Exactly. That's where the human analyst comes in. We provide the wisdom, the strategic interpretation, the ability to see the subtle signals that the AI misses. The most valuable businesses are going to be the ones that combine man and machine. Computers are tools, not rivals.
That was an absolutely illuminating deep dive. So, for you, the learner listening, remember these strategies. Be non-consensus on purpose. Aim for that true 10x leap. Define your white space by balancing need and durability.
And then protect it with a real moat and a unique secret. And in this era, prioritize getting known. Build that brand attention before you worry about narrow conversions.
Absolutely.
And here's a final thought on that from the world of investing. Warren Buffett said that in some industries, like pharma, it's incredibly hard for a non-expert to pick the one winning company.
Because the next breakthrough could come from anywhere.
Exactly. So for the average person, the best strategy might not be to bet on one company, but to invest in the whole durable industry, because we'll always need some kind of medicine. If you're not sure about your product's moat, think about the durability of the human need you're solving.
That brings it all full circle. So if computers are just tools, not rivals, the final question for you is this. What is the single hard problem that only you and the right team can solve together, using technology to do something that was impossible before?
That's the assignment.
Go find that secret, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.